journalistic organisations too. Because, you know, years ago, journalists were not just the TV journalists, there was the radio journalists and there were the bloody
print journalists.
The newspapers.
Yeah.
And basically when you look at it, regional papers, regional news, and all that level has been gutted.
Yeah.
And I think you see this in America too, where, you know, that Sinclair Broadcasting does most of the country and runs essentially a script through most of them.
Yeah.
So they're no longer busy investigating their own issues.
No, well, yeah, so the bottom end, there's a paper in the Central Coast, and Mark says, well, what they do is they take a press release and print it.
Yeah.
There's the editorials. The editorial doesn't cover some of this stuff.
Yeah.
They're pretty indiscriminate about. I mean, the one thing he says that is good is that they're indiscriminate about the press releases they print.
Yeah.
So, if an action group puts out a press release, they print that.
Yeah.
If the property developer puts out a press release, they print that.
Yeah.
He says the problem is that we don't necessarily make sure that their coverage is balanced so that you get all sides of the story.
Or impartial or correct.
He says they do hardly any fiddling with press releases.
Yeah.
So if there are widely known errors of fact in something, they get published.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about, just when you were talking, you know, the guy was really thin and the woman really didn't do anything.
No.
Right?
And what got me is, you know, it appears the Pakistanis had an Indian prisoner.
Yeah.
You know, name and stuff being identified.
Yeah.
And really, the issue you most probably want to know is what are the great powers expecting, you know, worried about here? Because if
you had nothing. You had no statement from Foreign Affairs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you can keep it as a low-level conflict without the nukes involved, right? And when I mean low-level, you know, not major troop formations crossing the border and taking up 40 miles of the other. If it's his tit for tat, that's not good, but as long as it doesn't escalate to, you know what, we're going to bomb Hyderabad, you know?
Well, one of the other things that I thought was interesting was that I thought they said that it started with something that happened in Kashmir where a couple of Indians got killed. Yeah,
well, that was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that I hadn't heard anything very much about that.
No, because you're off range at the time. So what happened is Modi was indicating that this would not go unpunished.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the impression I get from the Pakistanis is that they got ready for whatever the Indians were going to do.
Yeah.
But they weren't operating like they were on an offensive.
Well, shooting down jets over your territory is not you on the offensive.
No, that's right. So Modi said, I'm going to be nasty to you. And they said, well, they didn't say okay. They just got ready and the Indians turned up and shot them down.
Well, they got their first lot through with no response.
Yes.
It was when they went back.
They went back. That was an error.
Yes. So
I mean, they're almost asking for it.
Well, they'd done a raid and got away with it. Then they must have done another raid.
Okay, so they did a raid, got away with it, and the Pakistani said, fuck this.
Yeah, well, I suspect the nuance was that Pakistan said to them, okay, don't do that again.
Yes.
Right? And they did.
Yes.
And largely so far, the thing that strikes me is Imran Khan, I would expect to be, everything I've heard from him, pretty level-headed on this stuff.
Yep.
So he's not escalating shooting down Indian planes over Pakistan.
Well, no. But
he is escalating if he does anything in India.
Yeah, but more particularly, the report